What's up, witches and ghouls? Welcome to the Borderline Millennials channel and happy spooky season!
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
I am so excited to have you all here, but first, let me do a little introduction. My name is Sahara and I am the Borderline Millennial. Borderline Millennials is a generation of our own that stands between Generation Z and the millennial generation. So if you're a mid-90s baby, then you've definitely found the right spot. So like I said, happy spooky season to you, to all my ghouls, to all my witches, to all my goblins, to everybody who just loves fall and who loves Halloween. Because this channel is about to turn into a Halloween channel for the next 2 months. That's right, I start celebrating Halloween as soon as September hits, and even a little bit closer to the end of August if I can help it. But it's officially Halloween time. I'm officially starting to decorate my apartment, and I'm obviously getting ready for all of the spooky activities that are happening here in Los Angeles and in the greater Southern California area, which is exactly what I want to talk to you all today about. So in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. So if you've been here before, then you know I'm usually doing unboxing videos or organization videos or kind of showing a little bit more about the lifestyle that I live. But I wanted to really shift this channel into showing a lot more about the Los Angeles life that I have, like the Heaven Soiree video that I've done before. So this video is going to be all about the spooky activities and Halloween events that are happening in Los Angeles, like I said. And what's special about this video is that it's going to be accompanied by a blog on the Borderline Millennials website. And in this vlog, I will be detailing pretty much every event that I've heard about, every event that I plan to go to or that I recommend you guys go to. And it's going to be in a long list on my blog of everything that you need to check out for Halloween in Los Angeles. So I'm going to have that blog link down below so that you can stay connected and that you can figure out what you can do for Halloween with your friends, with your family, with your partner, or even by yourself if that's your thing. But that's going to be linked down below, so make sure you head down to the description box after this video because in this video, instead of going over every single event that's happening here in Los Angeles and here in Southern California, I'm only going to be giving you the top 5 events that I'm most looking forward to and which I'm actually going to be attending already. I felt this video was important to put out now because you know, a lot of Halloween events do happen in October and throughout the month of October, but what a lot of people don't realize is that the best events, their tickets go on sale even at the end of August, but mostly in September. So I wanted to make sure I got this video out for you guys so that you can go ahead and get those tickets for all of your Halloween events and start planning your spooky season before everything gets sold out. I will tell you right now that at the time I'm recording this video, which is, you know, the very beginning of September, 2 of the 5 events are actually already sold out, but I will mention them to you so that you know to plan ahead for next year and that maybe you can check out for my content because I will be probably posting a video about each of these events on this channel so that you can refer to them next year when you're planning ahead. So keep that in mind, and I'll give you a heads up when I talk about each of the individual events, which ones are sold out, about the pricing of the events, and like, you know, when the events are going to be. That's just a little disclaimer so that I don't want you to be surprised if you go onto these websites and you try to get these tickets and you're like, Sahara, like what the heck, they're already sold out. I'm telling you now so you don't run into that problem, but that's so you can plan ahead in the future. So, you know, let's go ahead, let's get spooky and let's get into it. Okay, so if you haven't already noticed that I am wearing my Hocus Pocus Disneyland spirit jersey, and that is in honor of the very first event that I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is the Oogie Boogie Bash at Disney's California Adventure. One thing you might not know about me yet, but you'll definitely be learning about me in the near future, is that I am a huge fan of Disney. I love all things Disney and I love going to Disneyland. In fact, my boyfriend and I, we just got our Magic Key passes, so we'll be going to Disneyland a lot more often now that we have those passes, and hopefully I'll be bringing you some more content about Disneyland to again tie into, you know, that Los Angeles lifestyle and like what's going on around here and what you can do. So that's why I am wearing this Hocus Pocus spirit jersey, because I am going to be going to Disney California Adventure's Oogie Boogie Bash this year for their Halloween Spectacular event. So this is an event that I've actually been going to for the last 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer than that, since college really. But it's an event, it's a Halloween party that is hosted by Disneyland, and it used to be at the actual Disneyland park, but in the last couple of years it shifted to being hosted at Disney's California Adventure, and instead of being called Mickey's Halloween Party, it's now called Oogie Boogie's Bash, which, if you don't know Oogie Boogie, he is the villain who is in the Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. He's one of my favorite characters. I actually have a Jack Skellington pillow right here. You got Happy Jack here, and then you've got a little Angry Jack on one side, but I definitely need to get some more Oogie Boogie merch. So this Oogie Boogie Bash is just a really fun event that's held at Disney's California Adventure, where you can go around. Adults actually get to dress up in costumes, unlike at normal Disney days when adults are encouraged and not even allowed to wear costumes. It's only left for the kids, but everyone in attendance can wear costumes, show up to this party, and then have exclusive access to Disney's California Adventure without the main crowd involved. So it is a bit pricey, and it is about $130 or so, maybe a little bit less, but it is close to like $100 for a ticket per person for the Halloween Oogie Boogie Bash. But when you think about it, it kind of is a little bit worth the price of admission, because the event is from 6 p.m. to midnight, I believe. Yeah, it's about 6 p.m. to midnight, but you also get to access the parks 3 hours earlier. So even though the event doesn't start until 6 p.m., you can actually show up to California Adventure at 3 p.m. and get admission to the park and start riding the rides or have some dinner or whatever it is that you want to do before the actual Halloween event starts. So once 6 o'clock rolls around, the cast members start, kicking out the people who don't have tickets to the actual Halloween party. They know, because they'll probably give you a wristband and you'll have to show proof that you're actually here for this party and have a special event ticket. So they'll be all kicked out, and then as soon as 6 o'clock hits, they usually clear them out by 7 p.m. and then you pretty much have the park to yourself and a few other 100 guests, as opposed to like thousands and thousands of people that are normally at California Adventure. So I always like that during this event, the ride lines are a lot shorter. So instead of waiting, 40, 50 minutes for a ride, you're maybe waiting like 10 to 20 minutes for a ride. So that's already, I feel like, a really great advantage to getting this special event ticket, even though it is a little bit more expensive. And then in addition to, getting to ride the rides as you normally would in any day you visit the parks, you also get to go around the different areas of the park and actually go trick-or-treating. So this is really fun because it is a controlled environment. So, if you are going to be with your family and you don't really want to take your kids out to your neighbors or whatever and going trick-or-treating with strangers, you can do so here at the park. Or if you're just an adult like me who loves Halloween and misses being able to trick-or-treat and get free candy all the time, then you get to do that and kind of enjoy this childhood pastime there at the park. And of the multiple times that I've gone, I've actually always ended up with way more candy and way more treats and goodies than a one person should ever have. So it's actually a really great time trick-or-treating. So in addition to riding the rides and trick-or-treating around the park, you can also go to different areas where they have different scenes set up with Disney villains, and they even have a dance party going on. So it's just a really fun event that you can do with your friends and your family or your partner. I usually go with a big group of friends, but because of COVID, haven't been able to meet up with a big group of friends lately, so I'm just gonna be going with my boyfriend. But this will be really fun because he's never actually been to an Oogie Boogie Bash or a Disneyland Halloween party before. So we're gonna dress up in Disney inspired costumes, and we're gonna have a really great time together and eat way more candy than anyone ever should. But I'm really looking forward to the Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland California Adventure. And this is, like I said before, this is one of the events that's actually already sold out. It's an event held between September and throughout October 31st, and these tickets go on sale about July. So these ones are something that you're going to have to plan well in advance if you want to go, because it's going to be something that you have to get early, like within the week that they go on sale in the middle of the summer. So make sure you're talking with your friends or whoever you want to go so that you guys can pick the date that you want to get, and then you can get these tickets before they sell out. I will tell you that the first dates to sell out are, October 31st, Halloween night, and any of the weekends that surround whatever that October 31st date is. So those ones are going to be the ones that sell out really fast. So if you want to spend Halloween at Disneyland, then you're going to have to get those tickets like the day that they go on sale. But if you're fine with going, early in October or late September, then you can probably wait a few days, but I wouldn't wait too long. If you want to go, you're going to have to make sure that you get your tickets early and that you plan to buy these tickets for an October or September date well in advance in July. Yeah, Oogie Boogie Bash is the first event that I am most excited about, and one of the first Halloween events that I will be going to in Los Angeles. Alright, so the second event that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is another really big event at an amusement park that I'm pretty sure all of you have heard of, and this is Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. Let me preface this with one thing. I don't like to be scared, and I've never been to Hollywood Horror Nights, but I've always watched so many videos of what this event looks like. I always hear my friends telling me how much fun it is and walking through the scary mazes and the scare zones and things like that. And because I am now a Universal Pass holder, and so is Arjuna, my boyfriend, then we do have access to getting a discount ticket for Hollywood Horror Nights. So instead of it being like $100, we only have to pay like $40 or $50. So it's a really good discount, and I feel like if there's any chance for me to go to Hollywood Horror Nights and give it a try, put on my big girl panties and, brace myself for getting scared, it's going to be at a time when I don't have to pay full price for a ticket. I guess this year I'm going to give this a try, and I'm going to go ahead and get scared and see how things go, but that's my little introduction to Hollywood Horror Nights. So I can't obviously speak to you as a person with experience going to this event. I can only tell you a little bit about what goes on, and maybe I'll see you there. Or if you've gone to Hollywood Horror Nights, leave a comment below and tell me your experience and what it was like, and if you recommend that I would go, or what you recommend that I should bring, or if you don't think I should go because I'm a scaredy cat. But whatever your comment is about Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, let me know about it down in the comments below. So if you know Universal Studios Hollywood, then there's a bunch of rides. You can go to Simpsons Land, you can go to Jurassic Park, you can go on the Mummy ride, and obviously you can go to Hogwarts. But during special Halloween season, they have this event called Halloween Horror Nights, where they transform the park into a thrilling, haunting, quite terrifying amusement park where there are scare actors littered throughout the park, not just near the rides, but as you're walking along, people designed to scare you. There are little performances, and there's also going to be rooms that you walk through, and they're basically haunted houses. So it's really going to be an event for people that are looking for that real thrill and that real haunting and scary Halloween experience, as opposed to those of you who are looking for something more family friendly like the Disneyland Oogie Boogie Bash. So if you want family friendly, do Oogie Boogie Bash. But if you want something scary and you want to get scared and you want that, traditional horror Halloween, then definitely maybe check out the Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. So I will tell you that this event is not sold out at the time that I am recording this video, which is really great. So you can go ahead and get your tickets at the Universal website. And if you have a Universal Pass, make sure you check out those discounts that you can get on these tickets too. So they are definitely cheaper than the Disneyland Oogie Boogie Bash. So once again, if you want something scary but you also don't want to break the bank, then definitely check out the Hollywood Horror Nights event happening at Universal Studios Hollywood this year. Alright, now we're on to event number 3 in Los Angeles for spooky season, and this is going to be Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween, Halloween Road. So Freeform, if you don't know, which used to be ABC Family, if you are a borderline millennial like me, then you know it's ABC Family. Now Freeform is a subsidiary of Disney. So what's really cool about them is that they have a lot of access to all of the Disney classic Halloween movies like Hocus Pocus and The Nightmare Before Christmas. And so every year around the Halloween time, they do a really fun event for the Los Angeles community. And that has been changing for the last few years that I've pretty much known them to exist. So back in 2019, they actually had a Halloween house where it was basically just an event where you can go into like a house that was all decked out in different zones for like all of your favorite Halloween movies, mostly that are owned by Disney. And then last year, which is something that I didn't get to go to, was the Halloween Road. It was peak COVID times. It was a drive-through experience. And so you could drive through the different lands that were based off of the movies that I mentioned before. But now they're still going to be doing the Halloween Road, except last year it was free and it was a drive-through experience. But this year it's a paid event and it's going to be a walk-through experience. So what you can expect when you go to this event is basically different zones set up for different movies. So Hocus Pocus is going to be one of them, as well as The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I believe Edward Scissorhands, potentially Beetlejuice, and The Addams Family are going to be other movies that are going to be personified here during this event. In addition, you'll be able to see other actors going around who are going to be dressed as, the Sanderson sisters or, Edward Scissorhands or things like that. So you'll be able to see other actors going around. I think Billy from, Hocus Pocus is also going to be walking around there. So you can, interact with them, maybe be able to take some pictures. And then what's really interesting and new for this year's event is that they do have a beer garden. So they have cocktails, and you can have spirited cocktails for those of you who are going to be 21 years and older. But unfortunately, this event is the second event out of the 5 that is already sold out. So these tickets went on sale a couple of days ago, and it is so hard to get these tickets. I tried last year to get them back when the event was free, and I was like 1/1,000,000th in line. Like there was no way I was going to get the tickets, and I wasn't, and I didn't. But this year it was again a very similar experience, except I kind of knew when to jump on the site, when to get in the virtual queue, and I was able to score some tickets for myself, Arjuna, and 2 of our really great friends, one of which you'll actually be seeing on this channel pretty soon, so be on the lookout for a special guest. And I was really excited because I was finally able to get these tickets to the Halloween Road, and I looked online and I saw, their Instagram posts, and a lot of people were commenting like, oh man, I wasn't able to get these tickets. I'm so sad because I really wanted to go, but they sold out within 10 minutes. It's hard because I want to recommend, you get on there as soon as the tickets drop. Like usually they do a 10 a.m. drop. So you have to be online and make sure you get these tickets. But I also want to tell you that sometimes it's just luck. Like it's just luck of how fast maybe your internet connection is or where you were able to get into line. But if you notice next year that when you are trying to sign up and you do gain access to actually purchasing the tickets, that if you weren't like in the first minute and you're maybe not purchasing until another like 10 minutes later, don't try to go for the first dates. Like this event goes on to October 1st through October 5th, 2021. And if you're in there, don't try to get the October 1st or the second dates because those are always going to be the first ones gone. Your best shot will be going for the later dates, like the ones that are weirdly on a Monday or a Tuesday, because that's when you're going to be able to maybe secure those tickets, which is kind of what I did. So I'm not going to be going in the first couple of days. I'll be going towards the latter half of this event while it's here in town. Yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to finally score these tickets and I get to go. And just for your point of reference, next year, because this year they didn't tell us how much this was going to cost, but just so you know, next year that this year's Halloween Road event costs $37 a person for just a general admission ticket. And then if you wanted a VIP ticket, which gives you access to the beer garden, it was an additional $20 or so. So it was about $55 a person for that VIP ticket. So once again, this event is sold out for 2021, but make sure you follow Freeform and you check out the 31daysofhalloween.com, I believe, to find out when they're going to be releasing tickets for 2022. Wow, it feels so weird to say 2022, but Yeah, so that is the third event that I will be going to this spooky season. And let's move on to number 4. So number 4 is an event that I'm really excited to go to because it was actually my favorite event of last year's spooky season. So this event is called Nights of the Jack, and it is an event that happens in Woodland Hills, California, so kind of up, heading towards Calabasas where the Kardashians all live. But this event is one that I did last year. It was a drive-through event at the time, but it's been going on for a few years, and that was the first time that they've done the drive-through, and this year it's going back to being a walk-through experience. So what I really loved about this event last year is that it just felt the most put together. It felt the most thoughtful and like intricate, in that whoever put this event on was just extremely into the details. Like every single thing was perfect about this event. So this event is a walkthrough experience where you're going to walk through basically like a whole spooky Halloween land that is filled with hundreds, probably even thousands of perfectly carved pumpkins that are lit to create a scene. And it is just such a creative event. They have so many scenes, and I really love that they pay tribute to really famous events and historical sites and celebrities that come out of Los Angeles. And so you'll be able to walk through these experiences and enter different magical zones that were completely put together through pumpkins. And it truly doesn't get any more Halloween than that, because what I love about Halloween is obviously the pumpkins. I love carving pumpkins, I love painting pumpkins, and I love eating pumpkin everything. So pumpkin spice lattes aren't for me, but I do love a pumpkin spice chai. That's good. If you haven't had a pumpkin spice chai, definitely go to Starbucks this year and get one. I really love this event. I am definitely going to be attending this year. I haven't got the ticket yet because they don't go on sale yet, but this is me telling you to put this on your list, go to their website and see when the tickets drop. So you get those tickets before they sell out, because I do believe this is an event that sells out every year, but it doesn't sell out super fast. So you have probably like a week to get your tickets, but I always think it's best to act first thing. So if Nights of the Jack is something that you want to go to this year, then definitely check out their website. I'll have everything linked down below so it'll be easily accessible for you, but it'll be in the blog. So make sure you click the blog, and then you'll be able to find it within the blog that has the info to the website as well as where to actually buy the tickets. So yeah, number 4 is Nights of the Jack, and I'm so excited for that event. Maybe I'll see you guys there. But now it's time to move on to our 5th and final event that I am for sure going to this year, which is Hauntoween. So Hauntoween is an event that happens at Woodland Hills at the Westfield Topanga Mall. So it's going on in their parking lot. This is another event that I went to last year, except last year it was a drive-through experience, and this year it's going to be a walk-through experience. So this event is also going to be very familiar to you guys because it is put on in the same location and by the same company as the Ride Sugar Rush event. If you don't know what the Ride Sugar Rush event is, I went there earlier this year. It's basically like walking through Candy Cane Lane, but I made a whole video about that event. So make sure you click up here. I'm gonna little ding right there so you can click to watch that video, or I'll link it down below as well, and so that you can see that video after you finish this video, so you kind of get a lay of the land, but just instead of candy, it's gonna be spooky stuff. I like to think of it as kind of like a pop-up carnival without, the rides, but it's all of the, visuals of like a haunted carnival almost. So you're going to be able to walk through. I'm hoping that this is here again this year. It was there last year, but they have this giant tunnel full of like illuminated orange pumpkins and like a black tunnel, and it's like the most picturesque thing. Once you walk through that really cool tunnel of like a jack-o'-lantern tunnel, then you'll be able to enter this Halloween world where there'll be different zones. I'm not sure exactly what zones or themes they'll be doing this year, but I know that they always do kind of a trick-or-treating area. Siri's talking to me. But I do know that they always do a trick-or-treat area where they'll actually have like haunted houses. They won't be available for you to walk through, but they will be available for you to actually trick-or-treat at. So it's a really fun event. This is another one that's going to be family friendly, just like Oogie Boogie Bash, as well as the Nights of the Jack, and honestly Freeform Halloween Road. So pretty much all of them I would say are family friendly, except for the Universal Hollywood Horror Nights. If you're looking for a really great family friendly fun group activity, I would say definitely check out Hauntoween. Tickets for Hauntoween are already on sale, and at the time of shooting this video they're not sold out yet. They weren't super expensive, I believe in the 30s and the 40s per person. But once again, I'll have the actual prices and ticket links in the blog post that will be linked below in the description box. So yeah, that is the 5th and final Halloween activity that I will be going to this year. And just to give you a little recap, the 5 activities are Disney's Oogie Boogie Bash, Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. The 3rd activity is Freeform Halloween Road. The 4th activity is Nights of the Jack, and the 5th activity is Hauntoween. So if you're looking forward to any of those, then I definitely suggest you go to the link down below in the description box and read the blog to see where you can purchase your tickets, as well as see a full complete list of all of the Halloween events that are coming to Los Angeles and the nearby areas in 2021. So those are the top 5 activities that I'm most looking forward to this year, and I'll probably try to go to a couple of more activities, and I'll make sure that I cover these activities for you so you can see them on the YouTube channel here, but you can also see little reels and tidbits about them on the Borderline Millennials Instagram page, which I'll link right here. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to Halloween and spooky season. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you're not already subscribed. Thank you to all of my subscribers so far. And just to make this fun, out of the 5 events that I talked about today, which one are you most excited for? Have you already scored tickets to any of these 5 events? Do you plan on getting tickets to these 5 events? Let me know what your plans are for this year's spooky season in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Sahara, the Borderline Millennial. Happy spooky season, and thank you for watching